All right, so we're starting chapter 2. So first thing I'm going to do in my course is go under content and find the Cengage tab here and use that second link there to open my textbook. When you get that open, it will look like this. So use my drop down, navigate over here to chapter 2, lesson 1. And I need to open the file ps2-1 and save it as basic fills. So before you start, you can go under Unit 1, Chapter 2, and download your files, save them to a folder on your desktop or somewhere where you can easily find it. And then in Photoshop, I'm going to go to File, Open, and find the file ps2-1. I'll go ahead and save as basic builds and save. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is reset my workspace. Make sure that everything goes back where it should be. So Window, Workspace, and then Reset, Rebuild Workspace. I'm also going to come over here and choose my default foreground and background colors. If yours are not black in the front, white in the back, do the same. Just press that little button. Okay. So from Window, open swatches. I have swatches open in my revealed workspace. They're both right here, but if you don't have that for whatever reason, go under Window, you can find swatches. Also, you're gonna want your color panel open for this. So right now with my panels, I have the properties, layers, channels, path, all this open right now that I can see. I don't need to see this necessarily, and it's taking up a lot of space. So I'm going to use the little collapse icon here. And then I'm going to pull my color and my swatches panel, dock these two together. And so in your color panel, you're able to activate whether you are changing the color of your of your foreground or your background. So if I come over here and I click on either one of these, it's going to open up the color picker, which is not what I'm using. I'm using swatches today. So you're going to want to make sure that if you are, let's say, trying to choose a color and it keeps going to the back instead of the front, that's because your foreground isn't activated in the color panel. So whichever one has the little kind of like white highlight to it, that's the active one. And I'm going to go ahead and set this back to default. Okay. So click the bright red swatch in the swatches panel. All of your color options are in these little folders. Any of these will work for this. Doesn't matter to me which one you go with. It actually doesn't even matter to me what colors you use. So just find whatever you would like. All right. So I'll click red. And now that's my foreground color. If I choose X on my keyboard, it becomes my background color. Now I'm going to find a blue swatch, and that will be my foreground color. And then I'm going to go to Edit, Fill, compare the boxes, they're the same, and click OK. And so now, I'll just collapse this really quick. I have filled my canvas artboard here with the color blue. Now press the letter X so that my foreground changes to red. Press and hold Option or Alt and the Delete key on your keypad. And that changes my fill now to red. Now press the letter D on your keypad, and that changes the foreground and background back to their default. Press and hold Command or Control and the Delete key again. And it has now set it to a white background color. Now select the Marquee tool and make a square that's roughly 2 inches near the center of the canvas. So up here, I'll select Marquee. And then I'm going to hold down my Shift key so that I can draw a square. Otherwise, you're going to get a rectangle. So as I pull and drag, I can see the little numbers to the, let's see, right of my mouse. And I'm looking for around 2 inches, like that. Now click a green swatch on your swatches panel, and then use the keyboard shortcut to fill the selection with the green foreground color. So they say here that your keyboard shortcut to fill is Command or Control, then Delete. We'll test it out, but I don't think that's accurate. So here, we'll choose green. And then hold down Control, Delete. And for me, nothing happened. And the way that I know that is when I go under Edit to fill, my shortcut says Shift F5. So these are your keyboard shortcuts. I'm not sure why theirs is different. But I'm just going to continue to use the Edit menu and go to fill this way. Eventually, we'll memorize Shift F5, but this is okay while we're starting out. Okay. And then select on your menu and deselect. Now we're going to choose the elliptical marquee and make a circle that's roughly 1.5 inches in the right corner of the canvas. So if I hold down, I can find the elliptical marquee. If I hold my Shift key down, it'll allow me to make a circle. And I'm looking for the numbers in this box to say around 1.5. That'll work. So now I'm going to find a pink swatch. And you can look in any of these folders. Select it. And then go to Edit, Fill, OK. And then I'm going to go to Select, Deselect, or Control D on your keyboard. So now we're going to use the lasso selection tool. It's like a freeform selection tool. So it looks like this. If you hold down, you can see the options underneath it. So select your lasso, and then you can create any type of freeform shape that you would like. We're going to find orange. I'll go with this nice pastel here. And then Edit, Fill, OK. And so, yeah, compare with what they have. I'm going to go ahead and go in here and deselect. Looks pretty good. So file, save, and I believe we're finished with this. So we'll go ahead and close it so you can submit that one.